It was fun writing about Mark because I've got a chapter called Number 33 in the book, and everybody thinks it's going to be about Larry. It's about Mark.
Mm.
And in Springs Valley, it was the practice that brothers passed on their numbers. And so, Larry, that's where number 33 came from Mark. Mark was a very good player. In his senior year, they were playing for the sectional final, and they had I think they won a little more than half their games, but they were in the final game. And Mark ended up he was having health problems, and he played through it, and he scored the winning free throws in that game. And Larry says in the book Drive that going to that game changed his life.
Mm.
Can you believe this? That Larry had not gone to any high school games, and he's a freshman now, and he goes to see his brother because he's shy and he's nervous around crowds. So he says, "Well, I got to go see my brother play because they're playing in the sectional, which is a big deal in Indiana." And he's there, and he says in his book, he said when he saw the uh, applause and the honor that was paid Mark in their town and in their
Mm.
school. And then he got a scholarship to go to college. He was the first kid to go to college from that family, and they were very poor. So he wouldn't have been able to go without that. All of that made Larry say later, gee, I want that. I want that. In fact, he says in his book he was crying and he couldn't understand why he was crying. And it just hit him. He said, I want that.
Yeah.
And so here's another part where Mark made a difference, but not just in that game. I really believe that Larry's jump shot came from Mark because he's always shagging balls for Mark. And if you see pictures of Mark, and I've got pictures of Mark in the book, him shooting, it looks like Larry letting go one of those corner shots. Yep. Um, so yes, very important person. I knew Mark. He was a couple of years behind me, and I would go to the games, and I remember Larry coming to the games. He was maybe 6'1" then, and he just looked down at the ground. You wouldn't meet your eyes or anything. And they, oh, there's Mark Bird's brother. How about that?